I'll tell you what, I've the thought of another game. We can put Carl's into theory, right? I can tell him a sort of like a person or, you know, a people or a place, right? Or a profession, and he's got to come up with a good and bad.
A good and bad thing.
It is dicing with death.
Yeah.
Are we ready to do this?
Well, listen, if we're quitting in the next couple of weeks, then who cares?
Okay. Good and bad, right?
Well, hang on, whoa, let me just tell them, we're on the prizes here.
Alright, okay.
So now 55. I know there's a lot of XFM listeners who are going to be looking forward to the likes of S Club 8 and the Fast Food Rockers. They're all on there.
I can't wait. What is their second single going to be about?
The Smashing Pumpkins. This is quite a good little compilation of sort of B-sides and live performances and stuff like that, which is not bad. The best summer holiday album in the world ever. I think we've given that away in the past. All sorts of stuff on there. Plus the director's cut of True Romance on DVD, the Tarantino scripted.
Oh, it's a great film.
Tony Scott directed movie.
Oh.
So there's some quite good prizes. Just play it once more.
So email in ricky.gervais, XFM.
Why don't they play the game of swing ball?
Just the artist, yeah? That's all we're after.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right,
Tell me why, tell me why, tell me why. Don't they play the game of swing ball?
Very tricky.
Brilliant.
Very
That is
tricky.
brilliant.
Alright, bung the song on. I'll bung the song on now.
What?
Let's put a song on. Bit of, Pharrell Williams.
Yes.
Good and bad, good and bad. Old people. Darkness. I believe in a thing called Love on XFM 104.9. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. Karl set the ball rolling with songs of phrase. Why don't they play swing ball? Referring, of course, to people in wheelchairs who play tennis, because he was disappointed they weren't getting around the court quickly enough. So why didn't they play swing ball?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Someone just emailed in saying because if they hit it to the top, they won't be able to reach it to unravel it.
Exactly.
Which is a good point.
Yeah.
But I mean, nonetheless, good and bad in people in wheelchairs? Do you want to do that? Good and bad. Good and bad things about people in wheelchairs.
Good and bad.
Yeah.
Suppose. Dunno, really. They take up less room in cinemas. They've got their own seat.
Good.
That's good, is it?
That's a good thing.
Yeah, good. Yeah, well done. Well done.
That was bad.
Dunno, I'll have to think about it.
Okay.
But, well, let's leave that, eh?
You started it. The hate list. Can I just return your minds to the hate list? I said on the hour that we would give you basically the top 5. Now, we have to stress, this is the top 5 most hated people that you, the XFM listeners, have suggested to us. We have not massaged these.
No.
We have not made these up. These are coming from you. Last week we began it. This week you've continued to email. So this is the list. We do not endorse this list. Some of them we may agree with, some of them maybe not, but it's the list that you have come up with. We are merely the messengers.
I tell you who was coming through recently. Cameron, but he didn't make the top 5.
I'm afraid he was just a late
Williams
entrant.
dropped out of the top 5.
Robbie Williams surprisingly dropped out of the top 5.
Yeah.
So let me tell you now, in no particular order, this is the top 5 that you're voting for.
XFM listeners. Well, I say XFM listeners, people who listen to this show. I mean, XFM listeners aren't typical radio listeners, and I think our listeners aren't typical XFM listeners.
Right.
So, I don't know what this poll, what it's worth. What any poll's worth, but I mean, this one is probably worth very little.
I think in a way it's sort of worth less.
Yeah, go on then, who's the top 5 in no particular order?
We want you, the listener, to then just vote, email in with the one name that you hate the most, and then from this list, we can clear out the number 1.
Okay.
But this is in no particular order. Chris Tarrant,
Yeah.
a surprising entrant. Davina McCall.
Well, I don't think he's that surprising.
Well, anyway,
'Cause, I mean,
I'm not
these-
going to editorialise.
No, I'm not saying, I'm saying I imagine XFM listeners pretty much despise someone like Chris Tarrant.
Okay, well anyway, Chris Tarrant's on there. Davina McCall.
Yeah.
Patrick Kilty.
Right.
Graham Norton.
Right.
And Chris Moyles. Now, I'm not going to say anything. Those are the names that you have drawn up. There are lots of others that didn't make the top 5. Richard Madeley was on there. Michael Flatley. Vorderman, bizarrely.
Michael Flatley's a weird one.
Very strange. So Jamie Oliver, a lot of votes for him, but he's not made the top 5. So those are the top 5. Just email in with the number 1 that you hate. And we're talking about someone
another pointless, inane poll.
Exactly.
And this time we did it. Oh, dear.
Moyles, Norton, Kilty, McCall, Tarrant. It's your choice.
Who would you have
Ricky
out of this?
Gervais.
Who would you have in your list, Carl? You're allowed to talk because people know your opinions don't matter. So, what?
I honestly don't really hate anyone.
That's
that
nice.
much. I'm not that fussed. Do you know what I mean?
We're
I
not
don't
talking so
like
much about hate. We're talking about someone that.
Yeah, we don't
annoys
mean
you. Someone
hate. You can't hate any of these people. All they've done was pop them up on telly. But I think it's people who, as one listener, she put it. She sort of, so I think she had some of those, and she said, you know, I don't hate them. These are the people that if they pop on my telly, I have to turn over. You know what I mean? It's not. You don't hate them. You know.
But sometimes it's not their fault. It's like Davina, right? I used to quite fancy her, and now because she's always on the telly, it's like I can't be dealing with her now.
Sure.
But she's still the same presenter. It's just that I'm bored with it.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not getting involved in it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Don't want to offend anyone.
Let me just give the email address.
But I mean,
Ricky, let me just give the email address. I just said it, so look, talk over it.
Okay, I'm gonna do Carl's top thing.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. That's also the email address for your answers to this week's Songs of Phrase. Play it again, Carl, if you would.
Go on.
Tell me why, tell me why, tell me why. Play the game of swing.
We just want the artists, is that right?
Yeah, that'll do.
I've got two that you don't like. Not that you hate them, but that you sort of like, don't agree with them. Would Liverpudlians be in your list?
Probably.
What about gay fellas in toilets looking at you?
Well, I think they've sorted that out. So.
One of the prizes this week in Carl's goodie bag features this song. Play it, Carl. The Monkeys, Pleasant Valley Sunday.
God.
Monkeys, Pleasant Valley Sunday. Brilliant. XFM 104.9, Carl Pilkington.
This show is monkey heavy, isn't it? It is monkey heavy. Carl, if you were president, would you sort of make it compulsory to maybe have a little monkey? Everyone has a little monkey of their own? Little chimps out and out, old age pensioners?
It's not a bad little. It's funny, you know, because there was a story the other day when I was looking for Monkey News. Right? There's a story about a couple who couldn't have any kids, right? There's something wrong with them, but they really wanted a kid, and they got some dodgy email address where they could buy a baby online, right? It was someone who would have a kid, and you could buy it for $3,000 or something, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, they got one, they got picked, and they're like, brilliant, there's the money. Got the baby and everything, they were loving it. You know, playing with it and stuff. As it got older,
Feeding it.
it got area.
Oh, shut the oh, Carl!
Turned out they'd been sold a chimp.
You maniac, you stupid mank twat.
on earth?
Don't talk shit. That is as if
They
what?
didn't know it.
Oh, don't talk. Are you mental? You
I love the fact
stupid.
that didn't make it into Monkey News.
I know. Yeah. They
Well, it's a bit sad though. We don't like to bring
they
the
bought.
feature down.
Yeah.
But
And how
anyway,
long was this? Into it got hairy. They're born hairy.
no, it wasn't.
They're not born like humans, then develop hair, because they go, hold on, we better get the chimp stuff kicking in now, because we're in the jungle.
School photograph. They were like, hang on a minute. It looks a bit weird. With all the
Oh,
other kids.
you are just
Mad, innit?
the rubbish. Mad, innit? Mad, innit? Mad, innit? Imagine, oh, God.
But
Just
anyway.
imagine if he was in charge, we did put him in charge of the country.
Terrifying.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Let him run the country.
Just for a week.
Or the mayor. What would you do if you were the president, or the Lord Mayor of London, or the Prime?
Prime Minister Carl.
I
don't
wouldn't do it like he's going to be offered it. It's a hypothetical question, Carl.
No, but Suzanne was, right, my missus, if you're a new listener.
Your keeper, sure.
Yeah, help her.
She was watching the news, trying to follow some heavy stuff. And I'm like,
The weather? What?
What? I just was like bored, and I was reading about that mouse that had an ear on its back and stuff like that. So she said, well, you take notice of this. Should be, you know what Ricky and Steve are like. They try to teach you stuff, and you don't even want to learn. So to try and get me interested in it, she was like saying, what would you do if you're president and stuff?
Yeah.
And I can't be dealing with any of it.
What did you come up with? You must
What would
have.
your slogan be?
What did you come up with? Did you come up with anything?
I had a little, the design of it, right? I said I'd have like red and blue, to sort of, do you know what I mean? Both sort of major sides into one.
Yeah.
Taking the best out of
Well,
both.
that's broken the back of it. That's a pretty good manifesto so far. Anything else? What's on the second page?
I had like, KP looks after me.
That would be the badges, would it?
Yeah.
That's good. I'm a KP nut.
Yeah. KP looks after me.
Yeah, brilliant.
That's about as far as I went with it.
What would you do? What about, policies, transport, crime, just law and order?
Yeah, how would you deal with crime? What would your initial approach be? Would you introduce guns? Should police carry guns?
Nah.
No.
Would I have to worry about that?
Okay. No, good point.
Minister?
Good point.
No, what I'm saying is that, Tony Blair isn't sorting everything out, is he?
No, but he has a say in most things.
Does he? Well, go on then. What are the problems at the moment that need sorting out?
Well, generally, what's the best way to combat? Would you bolster up the prison system? Would you introduce more community service?
Would you go harsher for say I don't know drugs? Would you go harsher or less harsh? There's pros and cons to both, isn't it? Because of course you can't see to condone it, but some people, you don't want to go through the court system and cost taxpayers thousands of pounds of money for someone, I don't know, the difference between smoking a spliff and dealing crack. Do you know what I mean? You have to all these things. Have I lost you?
Yeah, I'd just think about it for a bit. Do you know what I mean?
Brilliant.
You'd think about it for a bit.
Yeah.
Probably ask Suzanne. Do you know what I mean?
This is amazing.
Get her help on it.
Hello, and welcome to this DVD extra. I suppose it should be called Meet Karl Pilkington 2. We did a little bonus feature for my politics DVD, where we talked about politics, obviously, and that sort of introduced you to the world. That was put on YouTube, and it's had like 1 million hits. So I think, it's time we did that again, but around science, a subject that, if possible, you know less about than you did about politics, in a way.
I reckon I do know more about science.
What is science?
It's in everything, isn't it? You can't avoid science.
It's interesting because people who believe in God say that about God. He's in everything.
No, but this is like proper. This is, if people want to believe in God, that's alright. But science is, without science, we wouldn't have any of this.
Well, it's almost the antithesis, isn't it? That if you believe in the magic of, God and all his impossibilities and theological, and, that's, science looks at hard empirical facts.
See, all that went right off my head. I'm into science. I'm into the weird science. I like the fun of it. There's a lot of fun in science.
Let's start at the beginning. The Big Bang. Okay, here, what do you think of this? An atom, right, is mostly nothing. One analogy is it's like a fist in the Albert Hall. So an atom, the size of the Albert Hall, the matter part of it, okay, the nucleus would be a fist. The rest is space, okay? That's one thing. With a fly buzzing around it as the electron, just a
That's great.
charge. Now, when we look at it on that scale, it's easy to understand that all matter that exists, everything in this universe, was once in the space many, many times smaller than an atom.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. That doesn't. No one. Most people watching this are going, I don't get that. My head hurts. What else is on?
Everything in the universe could be crammed into the tiniest thing imaginable, and that was sitting there in the beginning of time, right? 15 billion years ago, right? And then it expanded into a universe in a few minutes.
But was there minutes then?
No.
So we don't know then. We don't know how long it took. Not that it matters, I'm not bothered. It's here now. And that's what I'm saying to you. It's all amazing, that. The Big Bang thing. I've said to you, was it a Big Bang, or was it just because there was nothing else there to drown out the noise? At the end of the day, it's that whole thing, innit? The noise. Was there even a noise if no one's there to hear it? Don't be worrying about all that stuff. Leave it to Stephen Hawking to do it. Of course he can sit there and think about it. He's got nothing else to do. Let him get online. Oh, it's great to think. I like thinking, but my world's too busy. I've always got to be doing other things. He's sat there just thinking. I'd be the same if I was in his shoes. Exactly the same. Thinking, but he's done that much thinking. He's thinking about things now he doesn't need to think about. Pack it in, Steve. Have a rest. Play Pac-Man. Do whatever. Just do something else. Stop worrying about the Big Bang. He's wasting his life thinking about something that doesn't matter. We don't need to know the answer.
He's wasting his life thinking about something that doesn't matter. Good.
It doesn't matter, does it? In your life of things that matter, where would you put the Big Bang?
No, but then where do you
We're not
draw the
here for
line?
long enough. Well, we're not here for long
But then
enough.
nothing matters then, does it? So
Yeah, it does, yeah.
What
Things
does?
matter.
What matters?
Well, keeping people happy.
Okay.
You know, looking after people.
So keeping them happy could be giving them life-saving drugs, or feeding a starving world, or letting someone become mobile that was otherwise immobile.
And that's fine. But you're talking about space. When did it start? Where does it end? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You know, it goes on and on and on and on. We know that. Atoms, they're not getting in the way. Stop worrying about them. I read something about some scientists trying to smash one up. What for? They're not in the way. If they were big and I kept bumping into them, I'd smash them up. Break them down. Make gravel out of them.
Make atoms so tiny that they're only gravel.
No, but what I'm saying is, it's not an issue. And
Right.
there's loads of problems in the world. There is loads of problems. You may mention them all, the starvation, all that, and someone's faffing about with an atom. That isn't going to sort anything out.
Some people say mathematics is the tool of science. You need maths to do anything in science of precision.
I believe that. You do. I like doing DIY. I've told you, there's a lot of maths involved. Accuracy.
Right.
That's fine.
Okay. Just taking it slightly even more accurate than DIY. Microsurgery. Putting a man on the moon. The figures had to be
Pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, you see, if we didn't have the numbers, that wouldn't have happened. But all we've done is create something else we didn't need because of something else we've got. We didn't have to put man on the moon. What was he doing? What did he do? Nothing. Has he been back? No, he hasn't. He didn't enjoy it. No one else has gone up there. The only reason, the thing that I've thought of recently when I thought that would be good to go into space again is to get rid of rubbish. That's what I'd do. They're always going on about landfill and everything. It's not good. We can't get rid of all this. Shoot it up there. Stick it into space. It's expanding. There's loads of space. Stick all the shit up there. Don't be sending a man up. I heard that one of them astronauts knocking a golf ball about on the moon. Leave your golf clubs at home and take some shit up with you and tip it.
Yeah. But do you know how much fuel is needed to get a kilogram of something up out of the Earth's atmosphere and into space?
Tell me. He had a golf club with him. A
I
golf
know.
ball.
Okay, but how much rubbish do you think we can really get rid of?
As much as you want.
But how much fuel does it take? I mean, it's a matter of economics as well. Think of the fuel that would take a bin bag full up into space would far outweigh that bin bag being on Earth.
But they keep going into space now. They're not going to the moon. They knock around space, messing with satellites.
Right.
Less astronauts. A couple of bin bags. Chuck some shit up there. And what's good with it is it won't break up. It'll just keep circling. And up there then, space isn't space anymore. It'll be like a museum. Because there'll be old stuff from years ago. At the moment, we don't save anything, do we? It's all about recycling. Everything's destroyed. There's no evidence of the past. Go into space, it'll be like Antiques Roadshow of shit from the years gone by.
Right. I'd like to see this episode. That's mental, Carl.
It's not mental.
It is mental. How would you get the rubbish up there?
In the rocket.
Yeah, but you don't know anything. Do you know how much fuel it takes to
But
burn?
they're going up anyway. I'm just saying, at least if they're going up there, do something. Do something different. It's space. There's nothing in space. Well, let's put something there. That's what we do as humans. We don't like plain space. We fill it. That's what we do. So just chuck some shit into space. That's all I'm saying. If you're up there, get rid of a few bin bags.
Brilliant. That's space.
There's nothing don't you understand what I'm saying? There's nothing...
Yeah, but it's mental. It's everything's wrong with it. It's once again a terrible, flawed theory.
Time machines, they're funny. That's science.
Well, we're sort of going into the future, aren't we, all the time, by
No,
definition?
Every day we are, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
But I'm talking about people want to do big leaps, don't they?
Yeah.
I met a scientist once, you know, old fella I met, proper scientist. He said he'd love to get in a time machine.
Patrick Moore.
No, Wolf. Heinz Wolf.
All right.
I met him, he said, I'd love a time machine.
Where would he go, back or
Yeah,
forwards?
back. He said he wanted to go back, because he asked me, he said, where do you want to go? And I said, I think I picked a holiday that I had.
So you went back 5 or 6 years?
Because I knew exactly what I'd be going back to. I enjoyed that week. I'd be going back, I wouldn't have to pay for that holiday, I've already paid for it. It's not like I'm turning up and someone's going, get out, you shouldn't be here. I was there.
So you're going back because you reckon you'll save 400 quid?
Well, it's 250. It was a bargain. In Mallorca, a villa, swimming pool, 3 bedrooms.
That's what you'd use a time machine for?
I'm just saying, why do people always have to jump so far
So
back?
hold on then, let me get this straight. Are you going back and it's you now and you've had that 5 years and you're loving it, oh, I remember doing this, or are you going back and just reliving it like a memory and no one knows the difference and nor do you? It's like you're just doing it and then you have to...
No, everybody there doesn't know I've gone back in time.
Right. So
But
you've come
me-
from the future then?
Yeah, but they don't know that.
No, I know, but you're in your body then, you look like you did then, but actually it's Carl 5 years on.
Yeah, but I'm having the same holiday and I'm going to enjoy it more.
So you're not coming back with going like, oh, Rita, go and get that checked out.
No.
And no?
Just having a holiday. But the weird thing is, this professor bloke, he wanted to go back. He said he wanted to go back when, like, cavemen were knocking about to see how they sort of mooched about and how they survived.
See, that to me is
Horrible.
more interesting than going back on a holiday I've already had. I'll be honest.
You wouldn't go back to being a caveman. You'd hate it. You'd be going, oh, God, send me back. And they go, no, you've got to stay here for a bit. It's an expensive machine.
10,000 years.
Yeah. Auntie Nora.
Right.
I'm cold. She doesn't want double glazing.
Why not?
Just because she's worried that when people come round and sort of knock on the door, she won't hear them because it's all sort of double glazed.
But they're knocking on the door.
No, but she said that she didn't like a bell. It makes her jump too much.
Well,
That's how that
how
went.
do they get in now?
Well, it's a thin door and thin glass. You hear it. It's not like soundproof like double glazing is.
What? So they have to knock.
They
on
knock
the...
like that on the door, and she can hear that because
But
it's
why
like
are they
a
going
wooden
to double
door.
glaze the door? Is it a glass door?
No, they want to put that PVC door in with
Hang
the
on,
thicker
so
glass.
she's scared by... You don't want a doorbell because that alarms her, but the knocking is fine.
The knocking's fine because you get to know knocks.
Why don't they have a bell that when you press it, it makes that noise?
Because they haven't done that yet.
well,
Maybe
yeah,
that's an idea.
you could do a sample of a... like that. So when they press the doorbell, she hears... That's easy, that's done. You could sort that out for her.
Well, I don't want to start getting dragged into it because...
Why don't you make Auntie Nora a bell that knocks?
Well, it could be done, but the fact of the matter is it isn't, and that's why I shouldn't want double glazing.
But why don't you tell her, say, Auntie Nora, have double glazing, be warm, be safe. Hear the knock. Hear the knock of the bell on the doubly door. Auntie Nora, hear the knock of the bell on the doubly door.
She could fart until she's blue in the face. No one will be able to hear.
But look,
No one will be able to smell it.
but this
No
is
double
it.
glazing.
This
It's
is
tremendous.
it. This is it, though, isn't it? She wouldn't be around now if it wasn't for people interfering, coming up with tablets, making weak people live longer.
Right. You're annoyed at that. You're
I
annoyed.
love it. He's such a fascist, isn't he? Auntie
Yeah.
Nora, a weak person who has been allowed
Yeah.
to live.
Yeah.
No, but
Eugenics is where you'd be happier.
but don't you see what I'm saying, though? The way the world... We've changed more than the world has. We can't handle anything now, can we? Look at it, like I say, a bit of snow, a bit of cold, everything comes to a standstill.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't go out, it's dangerous, you'll slip over, people having time off work.
Yeah. What would you do, right? If you run a business, right? Your business could go under, right? It snows a bit. You got 10 employees. You're paying them well, and they go, "I can't come in today, Carl. It's a bit icy." I'll do it. Okay. Right. They're snowed in, right? You're running the business. What are you running?
It's a, let's not,
Don't-
I'm not
don't
going to
you-
big myself up, it's just it's a
don't you run it-
factory.
but
It's
doesn't it make bells that knock? Doesn't it?
U-bends.
Yeah.
U-bends for...
Toilet. So
yeah.
you run a... Okay, right. Okay.
It's a plumbing type.
plumbing. You pay them all right, don't you?
I'd say most of them are on above average.
So you're there. What time do you get in?
About About 9:15.
9:15, waiting for them to come in at 9, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, right, it's snowing. It's a bit snowy, you got there. Took you a bit while. You'd set off early, did you? Or?
Gave myself a bit more time because I had to put the heating on the car.
Okay, ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Hello, KP Plumbing.
Oh, is that Miss Pilkington?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Who's that?
Oh, it's Sheila. Listen.
Sheila, shouldn't you be here by now?
Yeah, no, I was going to set off.
We'll set off now. Stop wasting time. We've got a big order on.
No, I know.
We're all on a bonus here if we get this done. I'll see you in 10 minutes, shall I?
I can't make it.
What?
I can't make it.
Why not?
The car won't start and it's slippy on the drive. I just can't get out.
Get the transport. I'll see you in... I'll give you 20 minutes, all right? Don't worry about it. Thanks for calling. I'll see you in a bit.
I'm also scared of the ice. I'm scared of the ice. I'm not gonna come in today. It's dangerous.
So what are you going to do?
Well, I'm gonna wait until the ice and snow goes away, and then I'm gonna come in.
But they're predicting it's going to be about 2 weeks before they clear all this.
I can't really travel in this. It's a bit dangerous.
Well, I'll tell you what. You stay at home. I'll replace you. Because I need someone to come in.
What, you're firing me because I can't get into work with this?
Well, I got into work, Sheila.
Yeah, I know, but you don't live with me, do you? If you did live with me, then you'd probably see
it was bad where I was as well.
Yeah,
I'm here.
Do you know how bad it is here? When you come round and have a look how bad it is here,
no,
you drive
I'm
my...
not coming
Tell you
round
what,
here.
you come round and drive my fucking car because I'm snowed in, you fucking calling me a cunt. And I'll tell you, if you fire me, I'll take you to drive uni, you bald-headed wanker.
Right, you're fired anyway for that.
You're in fucking trouble then.
Right then, see ya. Right, and then she's done with. She's weak anyway.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
KP Plumbing.
Hiya, is that, Miss Pilkington?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Hi, it's Bob here.
Bob.
Yeah, bit of trouble. In my area, it's absolutely snowing. It's possible. No one's getting out. I live near Sheila.
Bob,
by the way.
listen, yeah, well, Sheila's just been on. She's saying she can't get in either.
She can't. I've just seen her out there trying to dig her car out, and she's hurt her back. She's really tried hard to get to work, but she can't do it because she's not very rich and her car doesn't work. She hasn't got the right tyres, and there's no public transport. They've cancelled those. Wrong snow on this country. I'm not going to make it in today, son. So I'll see you tomorrow, right, boy?
Well, no, you're saying you'll see me tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you'll probably call up tomorrow with the same thing.
Well, only if it's snowing still.
Now, listen,
it might not
well, I can't run a business like this, Bob.
Yeah, it's not my fault, is it really?
So go round to Sheila's and like slag me off if you want. But I'll tell you
I'm not
what,
slagging
you're
you
not
off,
coming
I'm
back here. Fuck off. One chance. Give them one chance.
Well, you didn't even give him one chance.
No, because they've done it before.
Oh, fucking hell.
Just annoys me.
Oh, chimpanzee, that has only gone and written it down.
The jingle there to announce yet another reading from Karl Pilkington's diary. My mum called me to ask me to look in some of the magazine shops in London for a magazine that she can't find. It's called UFO Data. I said, I ain't heard of it. She said she's seen an advert for it in one of her ghost magazines.
I love the fact that she can't even find the magazine about unidentified flying objects.
Yeah. So we get a clue
She
there.
thinks, I think I saw something, but I don't know whether it was a magazine or not.
So we get a clue there as to why you give any credence to this crap.
Yeah, well, it's, I mean,
Mama Pilkington's into the same shit.
there's a lot of space out there, isn't there?
She said that this magazine has got news story about how Aldrin, brackets astronaut, has got some evidence that aliens exist.
Yeah.
I told her that I found out today that the days are about 36 minutes longer on Mars. We chatted about how this is how they are more advanced than us. Do you mean the Martians?
Yeah, if they've got a longer day, that's more time that they're awake working on stuff.
Right, yeah, we know that makes no difference at all.
No, it does.
Think about it. Think
Yeah.
about it.
Look, think about it. 6 o'clock here.
Yeah.
People are going, see you tomorrow. I'm going home. They'll be going, another half hour. They've got a longer day. Productive.
And that's why they're able to fly.
That's why they're whizzing around. It adds up, doesn't it, over the years?
Christ almighty, what drivel!
Suzanne got in from work at 11:30. I told her about the UFOs in Mars. She said she's too tired to chat. I said, does it mean aliens will be more tired than us, or do they get more sleep? I got no answer. I love it when
It
Suzanne goes in.
scares her.
She never indulges
No,
you.
it
does she?
scares her. Anything with ghosts and UFOs, she sort of...
It doesn't
ignores
scare her,
does
it bores
scare
her.
No, it freaks her out. Scares her.
Okay. Read about a pub that is getting some stick because they've stopped a horse going in.
It's been the horse's regular for ages, but there's been some new owners who've taken over the pub, and they said they're serving fresh fruit and don't want a horse in there anymore.
Oh, God.
I met Suzanne after she finished work, and we went for a brew in another cafe.
God, Jesus.
It's always having a brew in a calf.
It's like a sitcom.
It is. Suzanne said I looked tired and fed up. She taught me some way to breathe that will relax me. I wasn't feeling that relaxed though, because the person behind the counter was banging about making a coffee. Noise stresses me out. I wonder if less deaf people die of stress than people with working ears do.
Oh, it's the theories. It's the theories.
It is such a noisy world, though, isn't it?
It is. London is noisy, very noisy.
I think just everywhere, just noise in general. They were saying now, like, every noise has been used at least 5 times or something.
What do you mean?
Because there's only so many noises in the world.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, there's only so many
What
noises.
do you mean every noise has been used 5 times? I don't know what that means. I don't know what it means.
Because
Every noise once has been used at least 5 times.
there's only so many noises. It's like a piano, isn't there? There's only so many notes.
Yeah.
And there's only so many noises.
Right.
But because there's so much stuff, the same noises are being used again.
I don't know what that means.
By whom? Who's reusing the noise?
By whatever.
So a
you'll have-
woodpecker when it's woodpecking?
Yeah. Some birds make noises that would sound like a Ford Escort, just because there's only so many noises that people can use.
What is he talking about?
Noises are a byproduct. Outside an instrument,
Yeah.
noises are a byproduct. A machine, they don't go, watch me make this noise, make this machine. It makes the noise it makes when it's doing something.
But why does it make that noise? Why not pick another noise?
They don't pick the
Who's
noise.
picking the noise?
A printing press makes the noise because it's the sound of the thing
Yeah.
going down.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
the printing-
a hammer makes that noise because that's what it does. No one's going, oh, can we make this make a different noise? No, it's a byproduct.
I
It's-
know. So there's only so many noises.
I don't know what you mean. When Stevenson's Rocket came and I went, can you make it go? It's what that's the noise it made.
I know, but then, say like a new frog comes out.
Oh, what do you mean a new frog comes out?
They find a new type of frog.
Right.
It makes a noise, and
Yeah.
they'll go, "Yeah, I knew it was going to sound like that."
What are you talking
Because
about?
there's only so many noises. No animal comes out and makes like a weird noise, and you go, "I've never heard that noise before." They go, "Oh, that sounds like a chicken," or "It sounds like a Ford Escort," or there's only so many
What
noises.
frog sounds like a Ford Escort?
Well,
No,
there
but there'll be
can't be
some
many
animal.
because you've used Ford Escort twice as an analogy here. So you're running out of noises. You've come up with chicken and Escort so far.
I can't
But
explain
the problem
it.
is, a Ford Escort sounds a bit like an Austin Allegro. So
I
don't
know, yeah. And a chicken, you're ripping off the turkey, you cunt.